So is it just me, or at the first signs of spring, are you also itching to throw open the windows, put on your yellowest top, and start some spring cleaning? It feels so good when things are fresh and new and clean again, right? But sometimes that's the time we want to be outside and enjoying the sunshine. So what if there was a way to actually keep our houses clean on a consistent basis by having a consistent routine, so we didn't have to spend all that time inside and we really would rather be outside enjoying the beautiful spring weather? Well, my name is Lissa Figgins, and I help women add health to their mind, to their body, to their skin, so they can flourish in life. If you're 40-something like me, we've been through a lot of cycles, right? And a lot of spring cleaning, a lot of seasons. And we want to make sure that not only are our houses taken care of, but our bodies are taken care of as well. And we can do that on a regular basis. So let me share a few things with you. First of all, if you were to hop on Google and you were to Google detox or cleanse, you would probably come up with a ton of options, more than you even could have time to even try, of different things that are promising they're going to give you instant weight loss, or they're going to help your body detox. Well, the problem is that so many of these are harsh and actually harmful to our body. And then the other ones are actually just, oh my gosh, you're starving, you're depleted, you feel deprived, you're overwhelmed, you're frustrated. And who wants to feel like that? That doesn't feel fresh and good, right? Have you tried one of those juice cleanses? I mean, really, that just sets you up for a roller coaster in your blood sugar for the 7 days you're doing it. Or what about those ones where you're expected to survive on water, lemon juice, cayenne pepper, and maple syrup? Yep, I've tried that too, and I was hangry after just a couple of hours. So, what is it that we can do? Well, the good news is that our body was actually created to be on a consistent cleanse cycle. So let's start with the bad news first. The bad news is that we have toxins that are in our body that need to be cleaned out, just like the dirt and the grime that gets in our house. How do those toxins get in? Well, they get in from the air we breathe. They get in from the food that we eat, especially if it has chemicals, artificial ingredients, preservatives, hormones, things like that. And they also get in from the products we put on our skin, because our skin absorbs everything. So if it's full of chemicals and harmful ingredients, then that's all going to get inside. Well, the good news is that our body actually has several ways that it gets rid of things. The lungs get rid of toxins through our breathing. Our skin gets rid of it through sweating. Then we have our kidneys that help with urine. And then we have our gut, which actually helps with the solid waste. So there are things that we can do instead of having this stop-start, right? Getting ourselves so to a point that we're totally gunked up and needing to do a deep dive cleaning, that we can actually keep our body just on that consistent cycle so that it's always working the way that it needs to. And then we're going to actually feel great all year long in any season that it is. So let me share with you 5 tips that you can start doing that are just going to be simple things to do. They're going to keep your body in that consistent cleansing cycle. The first one is hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. Ideally, half your body weight in ounces of water is what you want to be drinking daily. We know that water is going to help flush things through us. That's going to help our body with that cleanse cycle. It's also going to help with things like headache. It's going to help with headaches. It's going to help with our skin health. It's going to help with fatigue, and even weight loss. So make sure that you're carrying your water bottle around with you wherever you are going. The second one is eat, 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 but be mindful of what you eat. I like to say focus on the Fab 4, because those are the nutrients that your body needs to build you. What's the Fab 4? Well, if you haven't heard me share about this before, there are 4 main nutrients, and this information has come from Kelly LeVeque in her book Body Love. They're protein, healthy fiber, fat, greens, and veggies. And if we're filling our plates with that, if we're making a Fab 4 smoothie in the morning with those 4 things, our body is going to be well fed, and there's not going to be room on our plate for all the junk that's just going to gunk us up. So make sure that you have a good things that you're putting into your body. Number 3, plan, plan, plan. Ideally, we want to do all of our eating within an 8 to 12 hour window, so that way it gives our body the rest of the day to do the normal detoxing and cleansing. The problem is when we're always putting food in our mouth, especially up until dinner time, then our body's always having to work on the digestion part. And please tell me, nobody is craving anything healthy after 7 p.m., right? So ideally, you want to make sure that you are cutting off your eating about 3 hours before you go to bed. And actually by doing that, it triggers those hunger hormones sooner, so that way you're going to have more fat burning going on while you're sleeping. Who doesn't want that? While we sleep, we're in repair cycle, and so we can help our body to be able to do that well. Number 4, make sure that you sleep, 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 right? That's going to be so important to let your body do the work it needs to do. Ideally 7 to 9 hours in total darkness. Now that's going to mean having a bedtime routine, maybe like the one that you have for your kids, where there's a certain time you shut off electronics. You know, there's certain things you do to unwind. So that way when your head lays down on your pillow, you're not laying there for hours trying to fall asleep. And then getting up around the same time each morning, because when we get in those regular patterns, our body is in a consistent regular pattern as well. And number 5 is balance, balance, balance. So what do you do if you're totally off track? Maybe you had a long weekend, maybe you had a stressful week, maybe you had a big celebration, and so you were not taking care of yourself, you were not eating healthy, you were not drinking or sleeping well or things like that. You're not too far gone. That's when you can do a little bit deeper cleaning and get back on track. So the way to do that is avoid inflammatory foods. Now, what are some inflammatory foods? Gluten, dairy, sugar, corn, soy, alcohol, coffee, all of those things trigger inflammation in our body. So by giving our body a break from that, we can actually help it in that cleansing and detoxing process. And then we also want to support our body's digestion with a probiotic, prebiotic, and digestive enzyme blend, because that's going to give our body the healthy bacteria, which is going to allow it to do its job of making sure that it's keeping us clean. So the nice thing is the next time somebody says they're going to do a cleanse or they're going to do a detox, you can be like, yeah, I do that all the time, actually every day, and I feel great, and it's not scary, and it's not, making me feel like I have to hide in my house and, watch out how I'm going to respond because I'm so hangry. It's really just a way of taking care of our bodies on an ongoing basis. Wouldn't that feel amazing? Now, if only we could figure out how to do that in our houses. So if you figure out a plan for that, please let me know, because I'm always looking for good ideas. But in the meantime, let me offer you 2 things when it comes to cleaning your body and doing that on a consistent cycle. Number 1, please go to my website and grab 2 things. Number 1, grab one of my wellness discovery calls. It's just 15 minutes. It's a way for us just to be able to chat either on the phone or on Zoom, just so I can get a little bit information about who you are, where you're at, where you'd like to be, and then we can work on how you can get there. It doesn't cost you anything, but definitely want to share some tips and resources that may help you move forward. Which then brings me to the second thing, is that I want you to make sure to go on that same website, lissafiggins.com, and grab my free Healthy Day template. There are 9 tips in there for a healthy day, which include the ones that I've already shared today, along with some others. And these are things you can do on a daily basis that are not just for your body, but they're also for who you are as a person. So I trust that will add value to you, and I would love for you to start using those in your day. So until then, happy spring cleaning, and let's make sure we keep our body on that regular clean cycle.